Welcome to the Boxing Bookie. We are back. It's good to be back. Got a good one for y'all today. Got a lot to get into today. It's going to be a fun little episode. Ask me anything. Also, you guys can pick the next two fights that I do. Let's go through it. Let's go over it, you guys. I just released the tape on Tycee Gallagher and Ellie Hallowell. Tycee Gallagher definitely wins this fight. I'm glad I watched the tape on it because I was thinking possible upset, possible plus 145 upset. But no, Tycee Gallagher, minus 185, I actually think it's a steal. I watched the tape. Holloway's tall. This is a fight that's definitely going over. It's definitely going the distance. Neither fighter puts any sting on their shots. Gallagher keeps her hand. I don't want to spill too much. Hang on. I'll let everybody flow in for a minute. Hang on. Guys, come on in. This is wild. There's literally nobody here on this live stream. This is crazy. I'll let everyone come on in for a minute. Muscle says 2-leg parlay. Moreno and Cuba. Plus 164. Those those to be the next two fights I break down. I can do that, guys. Please like, share, and subscribe. Join the Patreon. Link is in the description. It's in the ticker below. $5 a month gets you the absolute best gambling advice anywhere in the known boxing universe. $5 a month gets you the absolute best gambling advice. It gets you asked to book anything. It gets you request a video. It gets you access to the Discord. In the Discord, we do a live betting, the updated props. We do all of that for just $5 a month. So join the Patreon. Link is in the description. It's in the ticker below. Please like, share, and subscribe. Please smash the like button. Share, subscribe if you have not already. Like, share, and subscribe. Join the Patreon if you have not already. All right. After you guys do that. There you go. Thoughts on Cuba's opponent? We're gonna get into all of it before I lock it. We got time. Salute G, salute Mar. There's nobody here today. There's 3 of you in the chat. I don't know where everybody is, but it's cool. Head on over to carnivalbar.com. That's carnivalbar.com. It's the nutrition of a steak. It's the convenience of a bar. It's a meal in your pocket. It's the world's only high-fat, grass-finished beef bar that replaces a meal while on the move in stores for years. Get your travel autonomy and freedom back. That's carnivalbar.com. Carnivalbar.com. It's a meal in your pocket. It's the world's only high-fat, grass-finished beef bar that replaces a meal while on the move in stores for years. Get your travel autonomy and freedom back. Carnivalbar.com. Use promo code BOXING at checkout to save 10%. That's promo code BOXING at checkout to save 10%. All right, y'all, let's get into today's show. I know a lot of y'all wanted to take a look at the book. I'm going to have time to do 2 more videos this week. I just released the video on Tycee Gallagher and Ellie Hallowell. I touched on that briefly as the show opened up. I like Gallagher a lot in this fight. I originally watched it. I said, Gallagher carries her hand low. Hallowell has that long jab. Is this a possibility for an upset? I watched all the tape. Holloway sucks. No, there's no possibility of an upset in this fight. I actually think minus 185 is good value on Gallagher. If you go watch my video of Tycee Gallagher and Ellie Hallowell, I call Ellie Hallowell basically Henry Akinwande. I don't know if y'all are old enough to remember Henry Akawande. He had a heavyweight title in the 90s. He was just tall. He was just tall. All he was tall. That's all he was tall. And that's really what I'm seeing in Ellie Holloway. She's just tall. She's tall and long. It's just even her punches really aren't even completely straight either. It's kind of pulled a little short and stuff. Hang on one second. Anthony Cuba opened up at a minus 140 favorite on my book. His opponent, Jorge De Jesus, won by robbery against Levant earlier on, and that's his only win of note. All right, I got to go back and watch this tape. I don't want to give you guys bad advice on this fight. That's something I don't want to do. I like Gallagher. I like Gallagher by decision. If you can get that, I like the over. I like all of that. And I think this is actually something that you can build a parlay around. I like Gallagher a lot here. I would look to take Gallagher in this fight. Javante Walton, Anthony Mora is an interesting one. Javante Walton is like 19 years old, good-looking prospect. We've seen him on Pro Box before, I believe. 2-0-1. He had a draw in his second fight. Was he on Pro Box or was he on MVP? I know it was one of those Florida cards. Joshua Jonathan Torres draw, and now we're seeing him fight Anthony Moore. This is an interesting fight because I don't know who the hell Anthony Moore is. But this kid, Javon Walton, was supposed to be a highly touted prospect. They tried to move him quickly, and he got a draw in his second fight. Now he's bounced back with a majority decision over a guy named Eric Henley. Weird scorecards, 38-38. I didn't see it like that. I saw it like the other two, although the fight was competitive. I saw it 40-36. It was one of those weird fights. Where it's like, okay, he's winning, but is he winning? And then one of the judges said no, and the other two said, yeah, he won every round. I do think he won every round, but it was oddly close and competitive. I just thought he won every round. I don't think the 38-38 card in that fight was outrageous, but I do think it was wrong. I definitely think that was wrong, but the rounds were competitive to a degree. He turned pro, I think, when he was like 16 or 17. Southpaw from Atlanta, Georgia. He's a good-looking prospect. But he's young. He hasn't fought in 9 months. But you guys will see him. Southpaw. And he's fighting a guy named Anthony Moore. And I guess he should win. Anthony Moore is from the state, 6-1. He hasn't really fought anybody of note at all. I'm going to try to find tape on this. He fought David Lopez. He got knocked out in the first round of a OTX card. I don't even remember this. In 2024, knocked out in the first round. He's fought a lot in Connecticut and stuff like that. I'm going to try to find tape on this guy, Anthony Moore. Is anyone familiar with this guy? Birthplace, New York, 36 years old, out of New Britain, Connecticut. Anyone know this guy? I don't even know. So this might actually be value, right? Right there, that two-leg parlay, Javon Walton and Tycee Gallagher, that's a play right there. But I do want to get into the tape on this guy. Maybe I can get into the tape on him, but I'm interested in that. I wanted to see, what was the other fights? Anthony DeCuba. Yeah, Anthony DeCuba is definitely a value play at minus 115. I'm going to try to get into that tape next. Why is this so close? If you guys aren't a big fan of Anthony Cuba, okay, I get it. Not really. Cuba's a good fighter. A 22-year-old prospect. 10-1-2. he went the distance with Kermel Moton, and he's got a draw at Oscar Perez early in his career. Oscar Perez is a guy that we've seen now come up on the Zones here, the Red House Series, whatever it's called, and he's got a draw with Diego Alessandro, who is another guy that fights people tough. So he's got 2 draws. He's got a draw at Oscar Perez, which is not bad. In retrospect, 1, 2, 3. Oscar Allen Perez is also a highly talented. He's a prospect, right? We know Oscar Perez from those shows in Houston, and Carmel Morton he lost to, and he went the distance with Carmel Morton. It's really not the end of the world. Like, he's not a bad prospect. He's got a win over DeMichael Harris, which he got up off the ground. He did get knocked down in that last round, but he won almost every other round in that fight. He probably did win every other round in that fight. And Jorge De Jesus, Levante Early, he got a close decision over him, 14-1. You know what? Maybe I need to watch the tape of this. Am I? You guys tell me. Am I selling Levante Early? Am I selling Jorge De Jesus? Am I selling him a little short? Is he better than I'm giving him credit for? It's interesting. Hang on. I know I do like Cuba in that fight for sure. I do like Cuba in that fight. And then the other one you guys wanted to know about was Emiliano Moreno and Raul Garcia. Yeah, I like Moreno in this fight. So I'm going to try to do these 3 fights, guys. I'm going to try to get Moreno, Garcia in. I'm going to try to get the Cuba fight in. And I'm going to try to get the Javon Walton fight in too. I'm going to try to get to 3 more. I can't promise you that I'm going to get to 3 more. I can get to at least 2 more. I'm going to try to get to all 3 of these fights, though. I've done quite a bit of videos. I'm not going to get to Louis O'Doherty and Reagan Glacken. I'm not going to get to that. Mark Jeffers and Willie Hutchinson is live. Nathaniel Collins and Christopher Lorente. That's the next week. That's the Reagan Glacken fight. Okay. So I'm going to be able to get to a good amount of fights for you guys. That's for sure. Guys, please like, comment, share, subscribe. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Guys, feel free to ask me anything. Smash the like button, subscribe if you have not already. Super chats, cash apps, always appreciated. Always appreciated. What do you think of Clavel versus Gallagher parlay? Tyson Gallagher. Yeah. I like this beat fanatic. Let me take a look at this. Let me see what the odds on that are. I want to write this down. Let me write this down. Anthony Cuba, Emiliano Moreno, Javon Walton. Those are the next 3 fights I want to do. Now, you said Clavel and Gallagher, yeah? I do like that. I like that a lot, actually. And it's going to be pretty good odds. Minus 104. That's basically an even money bet right there, according to DraftKings. It's minus 104. 2-leg parlay, Clavel, Gallagher. Yeah, I like this. I like this a lot. The odds on this are nice. The odds on this are super nice. Super nice. I would get in on this. To me, Gallagher is a value play here. I really think Gallagher is a value play here. I would get in on that. I think Gallagher and Walton is a play. I think Gallagher and Clavel is a play. I like this parlay. Who said this? Whose idea was this? Beat Fanatic 1987. I've not seen you in the chat before, but you are a great addition to the chat. Guys, please subscribe if you have not already. especially you, Beat Fanatic. Look at Beat Fanatic. Everyone give Beat Fanatic 1987 the assist. Like John Stockton, like Jason Kidd, he's dishing out the dimes. This is a really good parlay. I think this is a really good parlay. Clavel and Gallagher, money line, easy money bets. To me, Gallagher is a value here. Like she really is. I watched the tape. Hellwell sucks. And I like Clavel a lot. I actually think I'm confident Clavel wins, but I actually think the Clavel fight is more competitive than the Gallagher fight. I just don't see. I get it. Gallagher keeps that hand low, pick it up, right? And she can pick off the jab. But I can't see Hellwell keeping her off. She's got Hellwell's feet are a disaster. Like she's crossing her feet like she hasn't fought before. I like this parlay a lot. Shout out Beat Fanatic 1987. This is a really good parlay, guys. I like this a lot. Cuba opened up as an underdog on my book, and now he's a minus 115. Why is he? Cuba was plus money for sure? Huh. DraftKings not even showing boxing odds on my app. Anyone else? I've not had that problem. I just showed you my book. I will show it to you again. I'm going to run through everything. Muscles, that's clutch, bro. Glad you were able to see that line move. I just assumed my book opened him at minus 140, but I just asked them, and then he said he opened even. Yeah, bro, I caught it quick. McComb opened at minus 500 for me, went to minus 600. Now he's minus 425. Can't get a read on where the public money is going. But I'm sacrificing my head on why the odds are so close on Cuba. I'm scratching my head on why the odds are so close on Cuba. I can't say I get it, Muscles. I can't say I fully understand why the odds would be so close on that. And he opened up a dog. I'm going to get to the tape on it. I'm going to try to get the tape on it. Do you think the over is safe on Moreno money line? Why not just take over is safer? Oh, Moreno. I think Moreno is safer. What is the over on? I haven't even looked at the over on. Let me look at the over on it. Oh, it's about the same. Okay. Yeah, I'd take Moreno. It's not like Moreno can't punch. Raul Garcia is an opponent level guy. Every time he fights someone decent, he loses. Right? I think Moreno is a good play here. Yeah, I like Moreno on the money line. I would just take Moreno on the money line. I don't even know that I like. I guess it goes over. Yeah, I'd take the money line. I feel that's safer. I don't think it's a trap. I just think the odds maker either don't know a lot about them or it's close because they are still prospects, and prospects might typically have close lines. Fair enough. That's a fair point, Boxing 79. H, watch tape on this Cuba fight ASAP. Random guy perspective. Stanionis KO. I love that. Cuba on moneyline. Clavel parlay. To me, I like this. Random guy. The only question is, do you want to risk it on Stanionis by KO? I think Stanionis is going to get the KO. I do. But to me, like, that's the biggest question mark. Like, you might ruin that parlay over Stanionis by KO. What kind of odds are you getting on Stanionis by KO? I don't know if I have that on my book at all. No, I don't have any props on. I don't have any props on that fight at all. All I have is Stanionis minus 1,800, between minus 15 and minus 1,800 on money lines. That's all I have. The odds on Gallagher, Tyson Gallagher, are getting worse too. I would lock in on that. Gallagher's going to win that fight. Stanionis, I would. McKenzie and Stanionis. I don't have a stoppage prop on it. I'm guessing it's gonna be around minus 400, minus 500. I'm guessing, or is it? He's probably gonna stop him. Staniones versus Clavel plus Cuba plus Gallagher. Yeah, I like this. I would do this. I feel better about this. I just don't want you to lose this parlay over the methodology. Staniones, I like this better, honestly. Beat Fanatic, appreciate you. Good day, everybody. Hand in history. Muscles says, sorry, Box in 79 says, remember when Cuba fought DeMichael Harris? They had Harris a minus 200 favorite, and 20 minutes of film showed that the odds makers didn't do their film and made Cuba the underdog. You know, I got questions now. Is it still odds makers doing this, or is it AI that are making these odds? Because if you ask AI, they almost always pick the favorite. Like, I don't know. Like, which one's triggering which there? Is the AI triggering the odds, or the odds triggering the AI? You know what I'm saying? It's an interesting question. What also I found interesting is in 1998, Nick Nolte was in this movie called Snake Eyes. Has anyone heard this? It's got a little boxing theme to it. He shot at a boxing match. Nick Nolte plays a character named Charlie Kirkland. Charlie Kirkland goes to a boxing match. He's shot in the neck on September 10th in front of the world by Tyler the Assassin. So Charlie Kirkland is assassinated by a guy named Tyler in front of the world on September 10th. That's interesting. That's a lot of coincidences right there. I'm just pointing it out. You guys go watch the movie. You think Lopez Henderson over 6.5? I would take the over. I don't know how much over. Like, my guess was like around that, like 8. I think was my official prediction was Lopez by 8. So I would take the over. But I would say this: Tyson Gallagher is a better bet for your money. Anthony Cuba is a better bet for your money than the under on Lopez. Although my guess is yes, he hits the over. He hits over 6.5, but not by much. Havlock, what's going on, Gary? I have a free bet. Got any long shot parlays this weekend? All right, well, let's take a look. Let's get Havlock. Let's get my boy H a long shot parlay. All right. Oh, I opened up the wrong thing. Hang on. Losing my brain here. Right here. There it is. All right, you want a long? Well, I would start with Tyson Gallagher. I would put this in here. I would put Walton in. Right now, I'm already down to minus 119. I'm starting with this. Can we get McCombs by decision? No, we cannot. I put Cuba in. I can't get Najee Lopez by stoppage. Can I get Clavel by decision? No. I would start with this. If you want it all this week, it's going to be tough. There's not a lot of bets I love here. Let me get you one more. Let me get you a 4-leg parlay. I'm already at plus 245. I want to get you one more leg on this. Why don't you just throw Clavel in it? Is this good enough for you? Is this a long shot enough for you? It's going to be plus 341. It's a 4-leg parlay. Gallagher, Walton, Cuba, Clavel. Gallagher, Walton, Cuba, Clavel. I like all of this. I would place this. I would definitely place this bet. Gallagher, Walton, Cuba, Clavel. Is that a long enough shot for you. Let's go. What's the play right there? These are the plays right here. Good point, 79. The booking getting the lines wrong on the Michael Harris fight. Random guy. I haven't seen film on Stan's opponent. Is he any good? No. I'll put up those odds. Thank you, Random. Stan Jonas, TKO. KO is my. Oh! That's not a bad bet. I thought it was going to be way wider than that. Way wider than that. That's not bad. Actually, I still like other bets better, Random guy, but that's not bad. Hang on. The world is a stage, G. You ain't never lied, Swindle. You ain't never lied. You ain't never lied. Great question, Garrett. I think for boxing, it's still odds makers' cause for whatever dumb reason they don't keep advanced stats for boxing like they do other sports. So I think the AI would lose a lot. Maybe. I don't know. 4 legs. You like that, Random? Who you got? I love McComb. I like McComb. I like the over. I like McComb by decision. I definitely like McComb in the fight. I'm pretty impressed with McComb. I don't think much of Crocker. 4 legs. Gallagher money line. Cuba money line. Clavel decision. Stanionis stoppage. You guys like it? I like this 4-leg parlay. I can't get Stanionis by stoppage on my book, but if you can get this, I do like this, Havelock. Havelock, I'll let you pick. I would sign off on this. Gallagher money line, Cuba money line, Clavel decision, Stanionis stoppage, or that's option 1. Or the other option is this: Gallagher, Walton, Cuba, Clavel, all money line, and that's plus 340. So you're gonna get better odds on random guy perspectives, but I think there's more risk involved in his too, which is why you're getting better odds. So it's up to you. Those are the 2 that I would sign off on for long shots. Boxing stats are kept so poorly that we aren't even able to see public money splits. You can look up football, basketball, UFC, etc., and see the exact percentage of where public money is going. Yeah, I know. DraftKings used to share, they used to, some info on how people were betting the fights, but I don't see it anymore. How did the gorilla fight go? I'm still alive, right? I'm still alive. I'm here to tell about it. Gorilla. Kyle is also correct. The gorilla's won by UD, but I'm still alive to talk about it. No, 120 to 108 times 2, and CJ Ross had it 114. CJ Ross had 114. The other 2 judges had it 120 to 108. I know people who do advanced statistics for a living, and from my understanding, there's so much data from other sports that the AI is able to be good at odds. They're not good at boxing. Guys, please like, share, and subscribe. Let me any comments, any questions. Feel free to ask me anything. Super chat tips are always available. I'm about to go live. I'm about to pull up this book, run through my bets. I'm going to do a second live today. I will absolutely do a second live today later in the afternoon. Probably, I don't know. I'll let you guys know if you're in the Discord. But I'm going to do it later today. I'll do a second live. I want to watch my Mets lose to the Cubs again today because they are extraordinarily bad. Over under can be sketchy, even if they appear to be a lockout. What happened? Look at what happened last weekend with Bermudez and Bailey. You ain't never lied, B. You ain't never lied. You got it. You gotta have it's a thumbs up. I looked at it quick and I thought it was the middle finger. I'm like, all right, you don't have to take it, but it's a thumbs up. It's not the middle finger. Appreciate you, Havelock. Tyson Gallagher just got worse in real time. I just did this video. She went from minus 185 to minus 195. I just did this a little while ago. Tyson Gallagher just got worse in real time. Locked in Tyson Gallagher, guys. Lock in Tyson Gallagher. She's definitely finna win this fight. She's definitely finna win this fight. Hang on one second. Hang on. I'll be right back. I'll try to drum up my own long shot and post it members. I appreciate that, Havlock. It's all like Gary. All right, let me get through all of this first. Gallagher. Ooh. Gallagher, Walton. I like this. I'm laying off that. McComb, I like. I like the over. I like to go the distance. If you get anything like that, I like McComb by decision. I would lay off of this fight. I like Cuba. I'm going to try to get into the tip. I don't see why Cuba wouldn't win. This is a no bet for me. I'm not touching that. Emiliano Moreno, I think at minus 240 is a good bet. Najee Lopez at minus 1,400. I would also take Lopez by stoppage in this fight. Klim Clavel by decision. I think these are all good bets. So there's not a ton of bets I like this week, but I do think we're relatively safe. So just to run it down for you, Gallagher by decision. This is an easy over. Take the over, take it to go the distance, take all of that. Javon Walton, I think is good value at minus 500. I think Sean McComb is good value at minus 475. Anthony Cuba and Emiliano Moreno. So to answer your question, Muscles, do I think Cuba and Moreno for a plus money parlay is a good parlay? I do. I like that a lot. I would get in on that. I think that's a good parlay. Hang on one second. Let me just text my wife. All right. Sorry about that. All right. Yeah, McComb decision for sure, random guy. Absolutely. Speaking of the Kirk thing, isn't it funny how we always get the footage of the supposed suspect over 24 hours later and not the same day as the assassination? Here's my problem with this. I don't want to get too deep into it, right? I don't believe the story we're being told at all. I don't have any idea who may have actually done it. I'm not going to wait on that. I don't believe the story I'm being told at all. So here we go. The guy goes on the roof. Where is the footage of him assembling the gun? They said he put the gun in his backpack or in his pants or something. Where's the footage of him assembling the gun on the roof and taking the shot? How come they don't have footage on that? The only thing they have footage of his running over the roof and then jumping off. And if you watch the video, there's a guy who's walking right when he's running off. And he reaches a tree. He goes to the tree and then he just disappears. Like he never comes out the other side. That's interesting. And then, so what I'm saying, my thing is the footage is all faked on the roof. That's my inkling. Because why is there no footage? You have all this footage of all these cameras on the roof. Why is there no footage of him assembling the gun on the roof like we were told he did, and then firing the shot? The only footage we have is him running across the roof after he supposedly fired the shot. It ain't right, man. Something's not right about this thing. There was an old man there that everyone tackled and beat up because he screamed that he was the shooter. Yeah, the same guy called a bomb threat. Yes, this is confirmed. He got arrested and spent a day in jail for the Boston Marathon thing. The 9/11 thing, I don't know if that's been confirmed or not. I don't know much about that. I've heard this. I don't know if that's been confirmed, but the Boston Marathon thing has absolutely been confirmed, 100%. What's up, PJ? It's good to have you here, PJ. I've heard both of these things, though, and I know the Boston Marathon thing has been confirmed because he spent a day in jail over it. So which is interesting. So you call in a bomb threat on the Boston Marathon, and you spent 1 day in jail. Either you're a hero and you should be awarded for what you did, or you're a criminal and you should spend years in jail. Like 1 day in jail doesn't make any sense here. Give me 1 second. All right. I'm going to wrap this up now, guys. Any last minute questions, comments, thoughts, super chats, let me know now or forever hold your peace. I appreciate everyone. Y'all are the best. Let me know if you have any last minute questions, comments, thoughts, super chats. If you do, put them in the comment section. Super chats, cash app, always appreciated. I'm going to go live again today. I'm going to yes, he supposedly disassembled it 3 times. One before, second time after, third time in the woods. The whole thing makes no sense. The whole thing, look, I'm in Texas. I'm not a gun enthusiast like that, but I do shoot. I do own guns. If you guys ever shot a Mauser 30-06, that's what you shoot. You shoot a hog with that. You're gonna blow the hog up. That will shoot through elk and moose. And it stopped. Like the story doesn't make any sense, guys. The story is the worst thing I've ever heard. I believe that all these events we see that are sketchy are intentionally set up with blatant holes that they have to show us the truth when they lie. I'm not trying to come up with, I don't know. All I know is what you're telling me isn't true. You know what I'm saying? What the FBI is telling me isn't true. Right? Are they intentionally lying? I don't know. What I know is what you're telling me isn't true. That's all I know. It's as simple as that. All right, guys, I'm going to wrap. It is September 25th, 2025 from Texas to the world. Oh, we got one more. I was Googling the guy, and the guy came up who called a bomb threat on his own wedding. Well, Oh, wow. People are crazy, man. People are crazy, Kyle. All right, I'm going to wrap. Y'all are the best, man. Y'all are the best. Live again tonight. I'm going to work on the other Anthony Cuber, Javon Walton, and Emiliano Moreno videos. I'm going to try to get as many of those out for you as we can. Guys, appreciate everyone. I'm going to wrap it now. All right, one more at the buzzer. Boxin79 says, any man who's smart enough to pull off what they said he did would have been smart enough to throw the gun in the river. Except he reassembled the gun. He put the gun in the woods and then sent a text message to his gay lover saying, I shot Charlie Kirk. I did. And I put the gun in the woods. I hope they don't find the gun that I used to shoot Charlie Kirk that I left in the woods. I'm going to wait by the woods for the gun that I used to shoot Charlie Kirk. And then he went into a Discord and told random people who play video games with him that he shot Charlie Kirk. It's like, this is the worst story I've ever heard. All right. All right. Guys, I got to wrap this up. You guys are a blessing. You guys really are. September 25th, 2025, from Texas to the world. Thank y'all, and God bless.
Don't miss a tweet, post, story, or video. 3D Boxing is on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Hit the subscribe button now to stay inside the ring.